Hey folks, hey, I'm back to kind of give you an update on what's going on. This morning we got this mulch cut out right here. We found this drain right here, got it. We're going to try to get some water in it. Come across here at this little channel drain right here. And we found a pipe right there, but it's not near deep enough what we need to do. It goes under that little planter right there. So we knew this trunk line come across through here somewhere. But I started digging just about right here at this transformer, and I started digging across right up under where I'm sitting. There's real tight quarters in here, but right here's where I found that trunk line. This is what I've done. I'm trying to beat the rain. I don't know if you can tell, but it's getting ready to, the bottom's getting ready to fall out. But what I've done, I've punched into that trunk line right there with that 6-inch pipe. What I'll do, I'm gonna try to run up here and get a 6-inch 45 or 22.5 and go that way and cut that thing on, get that pipe and come out there so we can meet our target over there on that side. So we got our target here, got that. But I think what I'm gonna do right now is cover this thing up somewhat where it's not a hole right here, and then if this rain comes, and maybe run up there and get what I need, maybe come back in the morning, get this thing piped in, plumbed in, and everything. But like I said, you can see it's getting ready to, the clouds are coming in, the lightning's dancing around a little bit. I'm getting ready to get out of here and get on to something else. But I just thought I'd give you a little update on that. But man, look like we got a little Takahoochee here, we got the little T-Rex there, we got the Bobcat with a big bucket on it. That old big bucket on that thing kind of looks kind of awkward right there. That big bucket. I bought that bucket right there. It was, the cutting edge was tore off of it. You can still see the cutting edge off of it right here. Just got beat down right there. And the guys that had it, that bucket went on a 963 Bobcat. And then boys sold that machine, and they had that bucket around, and it was too big for the machines that they had. And I went over there one day, and they said, we're gonna load all that stuff up. Is anything out there you want? And went out there, and golly, they was gonna load up about 10 or 11 old pieces of implements, and that was one of them right there. So I told them, I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you scrap money for it, whatever the scrap metal price is. I'll give you that for it. And golly, I bought 11 implements, tractor implements, and a couple buckets. And the time I got finished, I think I had, I don't know, maybe $1,000 in all of it. 11 implements in that bucket right there. And that was really what I was only after, is that big bucket. I could put that thing on my Bobcat at the time and make a good mulch bucket. But that's what we shuttled all this mulch out. And I'm gonna ride you over right quick and show you the mulch that we called out of here yesterday. We cut this hump off this playground right here. But we pushed it up with that little T-Rex, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it on the dump truck, haul it across the street, and use it over there. But what this stuff is, it's cedar mulch for this playground. And that stuff don't break down like that other stuff. We cap it off every year. But you can see right down there in the bottom, those two big old 3 piles down there of mulch. We just shuttled them down the hill, and we're gonna make a picnic area down in there at a later date. That's some of that ice storm work that the ice storm got a lot of them old pine trees. But anyhow, I'm babbling on. I'm gonna go over here and see if I can get this ditch covered up, do what I need to do, get up the road. I gotta run to the bank, do all that good stuff here on Friday afternoon. Like I said, Weston and White, they up there in Winston, they rolling right along. They done called me. They'll be headed back this way here shortly. They've knocked their little project out for the day. They're gonna be headed back this way. But let me gather up my tools here, the ones that don't need to get wet. I'm gonna dig that little old trench out, put a little water down this pipe here, and hopefully it'll beat this weather here. Just hang in here with me. Talk to you a little bit. Good morning, everybody. Hey, it's a beautiful morning. Ain't quite got hot yet here in North Carolina, but it's gonna get that way. This heat's been unreal here last 2 or 3 days. Not the last week really. Let me show you what we got going on here. I think we showed you this yesterday about this catch basin down here we're going to put in, this channel drain. So what we're going up here, we're going to catch these downspouts here. We got a ditch dug up through there, got our trench dug. We've got 3 downspouts to catch up here. Right here's one, up here's one, and there's one up there at the end where it starts. What we do, we 90'd it out, come down here, trying to keep this as shallow as we can right here. This is just under the surface on this right here, but you can see the figuration I've got on that downspout right there. What you run into on this, especially using this PVC pipe, we've got a footing in there for that post, or the concrete around that post. You got to jot out around it. That's the reason I had the 45 and come out, 45 down in 90 and come out. But a lot of times when you're coming off a house like that, you got to do the same thing. You'll run into the footing of a house. It jots out sometimes. It goes anywhere from 6 to a foot out, maybe 18 inches out, depending on how wide that footing is. But we're gonna put this in. I'm by myself again today. White and Weston, they're on a project up in Winston, doing that big demo job. They tearing out a driveway up there, hauling it off. We're trying to split up so we can cover more ground. This right here is a little complex drainage job. This thing, we've been talking about doing this for about 4 or 5 years now, and it just keeps getting worse and worse with these downpours that we're having, these thunderstorms. What it does, this water comes down through here and it all collects right here, and there's no way for it to get out. And we had this channel drain that was put in, a good idea, and it worked for a while. But like I said, you can see the gravel, it's clogging up in there. Didn't have a whole lot of fall going into the going into that. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this catch basin in here, and we're probably going to wind up taking this concrete out. But just hang in here with me. I'll try to get a little bit of footage. I'm by myself. I'm gonna tell you what, folks. We've been messing with this YouTube stuff almost a year now, not quite a year. And I tell you what, my hat's off to these folks that does this stuff every day, and they hold down a job. They do this stuff. You know, I've heard other people talk about the YouTube stuff. Hey, you know, all you gotta do is grab a camera and do this. There's a whole lot more to this filming this stuff than what you think. Getting the right angles. All these guys that's doing this different angles, and or they climb a tree to put a camera up in there. It takes time. It takes away from their job. And editing this stuff, you sit down and you say, oh, I can just run through that. I'm learning that stuff little by little, and I'll tell you what, I've got a whole lot more respect for the people that does that and what's all involved with that stuff, because it takes time, especially learning it. It's not minutes, it's hours. You sit there and you say, okay, this and this and this. So my hat's off all of you guys that's out there doing it, getting up at 3:30, 4 o'clock before you go to work, putting a video out every other day. There's a lot of work into it, especially the ones that's out here doing the angles, different angles, different camera shots and stuff like that. But anyway, there's a plane coming over. I'm gonna get at it here. I got to get it. I really don't have a whole lot of time to film, but we're gonna get what we can. We're trying to get this stuff done. We got probably, I don't know, maybe 15 deadlines in the next month and a half we've got to hit. And you're talking about 15, that's you break that down month and a half, that's one about every 2 days, every 2.5 days or something like that. So just hang in here, we'll see what we got. We'll check with you a little bit later.